This Smittybilt vinyl fold and tumble rear seat in black denim is for those of you that have a 1997 to 2006 TJ that are looking for a replacement rear seat that's going to do pretty much everything that the factory rear seat does, but do it in a slightly different way. So this seat's gonna have a slightly different shape to it. It's still going to fold and tumble as it says in the name, but it is going to do it again in a little bit of a different way than the factory seat does, but it is still going to have the same functionality. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. So as far as the installation goes, this is going to be a very easy seat to install because the functionality of the seat is slightly different. You are going to have to swap out those factory rear seat brackets even if you have a good set in place. But again, not a big deal. Bolts right into place, 1 out of 3 wrenches, and we'll show you how to do that in just a second. So this seat, again, is still going to fold and tumble. It's going to have a lever here that folds and a lever in the back that tumbles, instead of having a just one lever on the side that will both fold and tumble the seat. So again, slightly different way that it does what it does, but it still has all that same functionality. A little bit of a different shape with having the wings in the back here. But again, very comfortable seat, very similar to a factory seat in everything that it does. If you have a rear seat in your TJ already, it's starting to get worn out. You don't want to get it recovered or refoamed. Maybe your seat's missing entirely and you just want a good aftermarket seat that's going to allow you to carry a few more passengers in your TJ. I think this is going to be a nice choice. And for the quality that you get, I also think it's pretty fairly priced. This is going to be a steel tube rear seat, which is pretty standard for most seats. They're going to have a tubular steel frame that is going to be black powder coated. Then you're going to have all of your steel springs that go across, of course the foam, and then this is covered in this vinyl material, which makes it very easy for cleanup, especially if you're somebody who has the top off of your Jeep off and you can get all sorts of things on your interior, and this is going to be really easy to clean. It also looks really good. It's going to hold up really well, and again, it's going to have all the same functionality as a factory seat in the fact that it will fold and tumble. This seat's gonna run you $270, and I do think that's gonna be a pretty good price. It comes with all the brackets you need. It is going to be specific to your TJ, and it's a nice, comfortable seat that's gonna hold up pretty well. In general, seats are pretty expensive. They take a lot to build. They do have a higher price tag than some of the other pieces that you might get for your Jeep, or maybe that you would expect if you haven't done a lot of seat shopping. But in the world of seats, this is going to be a pretty fair price, and I do think you're getting a quality seat. Now I'll have somebody from the install team show you how you get this bolted in.
First thing we're going to do is remove our rear seat. We want to fold it forward, and we can push up on the release tab right here and fold it forward. All right, we want to fold our carpet back so we can remove the seat brackets. I got a 13mm socket on my ratchet here. We do have a mismatched bolt here. I have a 7/32 Allen wrench. These bolts are known to break in the floor, so take extra caution when you're removing them. Peel our carpet back on the left side. And remove our 2 bolts with a 13mm socket. We're now ready to remove our stock rear seat. Now that we have our stock seat out, we can begin by installing the new seat brackets that come with the seat. So we're going to use the stock bolts that we took out of the seat brackets, and we're going to get the left side bracket installed first. All right, we're going to get our left side bracket installed here. We'll put it in place, and we're going to use 2 of the bolts that we took out previously. We're now ready to get our new seat in place. So what we want to do here is get the pin that has the notch in it into the hole of the bracket. Once we have that pin through the bracket, we're going to take the provided clip and snap it into place to prevent the seat from sliding out of the bracket. Now that we got our left side bracket installed with the seat clip, we're going to do the same thing on the right side. I'm going to flip the seat up, slide the pin into the bracket, and then bolt the bracket down to the floor of the Jeep. Flip it up. All right, we can fold our seat up. And we'll slide our bracket onto the pivot pin. And once we have the bracket on the pivot pin, we are going to install the C-clip again, just like the other side. We can actually fold our carpet back now. Get our bracket into place. All right, we're gonna get a couple bolts into our bracket here. We have a mismatched bolt here. These bolts are known for breaking in the floor. We broke one previously and fixed it already. All right, we can fold our carpet back now. Last step of the install here is to install the striker plate into the floor. So what we need to do is remove the two seatbelt brackets here with the T50 Torx. We'll install the striker plate and then we'll put our seatbelt brackets back on top of the striker plate. I have a T50 Torx on my impact gun. Can remove our seatbelt. All right, we'll slide our striker plate under the carpet. We're gonna use the center hole. And now we can put our seat belts and the bolt right back into place here. And we'll tighten this down. Once you've got your striker plate installed, you can fold your seat back down and lock it in place. And you wanna feed your seat belts up through the back of the seat here. And we can fold the seat back up. That's gonna wrap up our review and install of the Smittybilt black denim rear seat. Be sure to check out more at ExtremeTerrain.com.